Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're in tune to RTV. This is episode 9 with me, Lotek. That's right, my name's Wayne Lotek from Lotek Hi-Fi. You might know me from the Lotek Hi-Fi project, or you might even own some of my work on the Roots Maneuver albums, brand new second-hand Run, Come Save Me, Awfully Deep, Alternately Deep, it goes on and on. I also did some of the in-game music for Getaway, including level 1, so even you dumb motherfuckers that couldn't get off level 1, you've heard my tunes in that game, okay? I've got some projects out right about now as well. I'm featuring on a lot of Australian albums, so if you're on the internet and you're logging on from down under, then g'day! And you should be looking for the Astronomy Class albums, that's out on Elephant Tracks, or you can be looking for the old Cold Over Colours Platonic Lab album that I'm also featured on. And I'm also working on an album right now featuring some artists from the European Eastern area, including Russia, Poland, Austria, and all them kind of places. That's going to be out on 299 Records, based in Russia too. Big up George, Korg, Georgi. Yes. And you can also look out for the Wayne Lotek Counterclockwise album. There's bare too much to mention, you know, but if you just get onto MySpace/Wayne Lotek or /Lotek Down Under or /Lotek Hi-Fi or /Lotek Productions, then you might get an idea of the volume and the prolificness of the Lotekosity, which is hitting you right now on the internet. RTV, I done told you right about now. And yeah, so what I do, in case I didn't mention it before, it's not obvious, I'm a rapper, lyricist, rhyme writer, call it what you want. I also make beats. Some people call that production, but I call it making beats. Production is the art of finishing the song. See, if you ain't never finished one of your songs, you got no right to call yourself a producer, motherfucker. You a beat maker. You a doodle maker. Well, I don't mean to bitch you, there ain't no soapbox here. But yeah, but you know, that's my advice to people that's making music right now, is just finish what you start. Finish what you start. If you start something and you finish it and you see it through and you have patience and you persevere, then you will get, you know, at least a portion of what you were aiming for. You know, that's what my mum always used to say. If you aim for the stars, you'll at least have your head amongst the clouds, you know. But if you don't aim high enough, then you won't get your feet off the ground. And that's profound. And that rhymes. But we'll leave the freestyle for another time. You see what I did there? But yeah, no, I've been rapping and making beats and whatnot and doing all that type of stuff since before, I can't remember. It's been 15 years now. That's half my life. I'm 30 years old next year, and for half of that time I've been making beats and engineering and producing and rapping and doing whatever I can to try and pay the bills, you know. It really all started engineering. I wanted to make music. I discovered hip hop and I wanted to know how it was all put together first. I didn't really know how to rap or how to play any musical instruments, so I thought if I start with engineering, then at least I'll know the equipment that it's all made on, and I can start from that point there. And I did. I learned how to put songs together for other people. I noticed their techniques, how they were doing it, and the one thing I realised that was consistent with a lot of people is it wasn't magic. You know, these people weren't magicians. They weren't just going ta-da, or they didn't have no mystic ability. You know, I've seen some musicians where I'm in awe of their ability, but it's still, they're humans, you know. And that's the one thing I realised is, if I want to play an instrument, I can learn it. I've never gotten around to, but if I wanted to, I'm sure I could. But you know, I can tinker away on a keyboard. I can bang out something on an MPC. I think the most important thing beyond your musical ability is your ears. You know, and that's always something that I think that I've got as my main talent, is my ear. You know, what I hear, what I can pick out sonically as well. And I moved from engineering to making beats, and I started rapping because I was sick of rappers coming late to the session. Supposed to come at 6 o'clock, they turn up at 6 o'clock the next day telling me, yeah, well, I had to get a draw, and then I had to meet my girl, and then I had to do this for my mum, and then I had to run an errand, and true say I know the studio's in your yard and things, so I just come late, you know. And I got tired of that, so while I was waiting, I just thought, you know what, I'm a rap still, I'm going to try rap still. And eventually I just practiced, you know, and I got the rapping together, and now I'd say almost the rapping ability is almost on a par with my engineering and beat making, which is, you know, which is quite big for me, you know, because the beat making for me has always been the first and foremost thing. But yeah, that's kind of me in a nutshell. If I could work with anybody in the future, you know, I think I'd want to work with someone who will pay me lots of money. Bill Gates, Donald Trump. You want a little hip hop tune? I don't know what you might use it for. I don't personally care, but as long as you pay the invoice within 30 days or less, we can do business, man. So you just come hit me up on MySpace. I know you got a MySpace, Donald. You know what I mean? I know you got a MySpace and you're trying to keep it on the down low, telling people you're 13 years old so it's set to private and thing, but I know you got one, so just hit me up. You know what I mean? But yeah, next step for Lotek is you can't really see behind me, but this is Studio Plan B, and it's not going to be no more. This is the last interview, the last official activity that's happening in this studio, because tomorrow I'm packing it up, putting it into storage, and I'm going back to Australia to finish what I started with the Counterclockwise album, and I'm going to be working on some tracks with Platonic Lab, possibly for a collaborative album, and a whole heap of other stuff, as well as, you know, just chilling on the beach, because it's going to be summer there, and that's going to be hot, hot, hot. So yeah, you know, this has been Lotek on RTV, and that's me almost out, but I want to send shouts out to nobody. You get your own props, you get your own spotlight, you big yourself up. Don't leave it to anybody to big you up. I do want to say hello to anybody that knows me or has helped me along the way, but in terms of big up, it's down to you to big yourself up, Reggie. No one's going to do it for you. Bring yourself in. This is Lotek, and I am out.
Watch me go recreating these motherfuckers, man.
It loses its value. Do you not think?
It does, but it shouldn't matter with us.
I'll show you them.
Man, I'll show you them. That's alright. Nah, you've made your bed. It's alright. It's cool, man.
I'll show you them.
That's alright. I'm cool. Still cool.
What it look like? What it look like?